Hello, this is Critical Thinking Group W, and I'm here to start the introduction on critical thinking. Today we'll be looking at topics under critical thinking, but first of all, let's see what critical thinking is. Critical thinking means making reasoned judgments that are logical and well thought out. It is a way of thinking in which you don't simply accept all arguments and conclusions, but rather ask questions of the arguments and conclusions. That's a simple way of definition for critical thinking. Thank you.
Contains a word which has one or more meanings to it. There are three types of ambiguity: referential ambiguity, lexical ambiguity, and then syntactic ambiguity. Lexical ambiguity is a word. Lexical ambiguity is a word or a sentence which contains a word that means one or two things. For example, hey, duck. Hey, duck can mean an actual duck, as in a bird, and then hey, duck can mean a signal given to someone to bend down to escape something from flying to him or her. Referential. It arises when a context does not make it clear what a quantifier or pronoun is referring to. Syntactic. It occurs when more than one way to interpret a grammatical. For example, a duck is ready to eat. Vague. A word is seen to be vague if it doesn't have or if it has an imprecise boundary. It decreases the amount of information that is being conveyed. Of vagueness. Go down the road a ways and then turn right. This word is this sentence is seen to be vague because a ways does not necessarily show how down the road the person should go. Necessary truth. Necessary truth is a statement which is true and remain true under the reinterpretation of its logical constants. For example, cats are mammals. Necessary falsehood. Necessary falsehood is a proposition that is false in all possible worlds. For example, cats are reptiles. We all know that cats are not born reptiles. Contingent truth. This is a proposition that could have been true. For example, cats have claws. Probably, cats may not have been born with claws. Some. Contingent falsehood. This is a proposition which is false in the actual world, but might be true in at least one possible world.
Today we'll be looking at the topic implication. Implication is that to which our thinking is leading us. When you say things, you imply certain other things. For example, if I make a promise to you that I'll buy you a car, then I should imply that I will keep that promise. In academic research, you should consider the implications of what your source is saying. You should also consider the implications of your own arguments. We shouldn't accept an argument because it seems correct on the surface or that it matches your point of view. Instead, we should think of the implications of that argument.